Hi everyone, my name is Taylor Renwick and this is my third and final campus analysis presentation. For this module, I am analyzing Coastal Carolina Community College. The first environmental aspect that I'm going to analyze is the aggregate environment. To start off, I want to look at environments as people and discuss a little bit about the mission of Coastal Carolina Community College. I've typed out the extensive mission here on the slide for you, but some of the important things here I bolded and I want to just go ahead and mention them. Coastal Carolina Community College focuses on college transfer. I'll be discussing in depth the importance of transferring from this 2-year institution to a 4-year institution and what some of those numbers and statistics look like. Coastal Carolina Community College also focuses on workforce training as well as the military population. This is kind of unique and makes sense because Coastal Carolina Community College is approximately 0.2 miles away from the main entrance of Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So it makes sense that there's a strong military presence in that Onslow County area. When looking at the demographics of Coastal Carolina Community College, I mentioned that most of them tend to be military men and women due to the fact that the campus is so close to the military base. However, I want to also touch on the rest of the student body, and this encompasses 4,355 students. Of those students, 2,200 are full-time and 2,135 are part-time. There's approximately 59% women and approximately 41% men. You can see below here I've created a little chart that shows the breakdown of race and ethnicity for the enrollment in fall 2014. The largest population was white at about 65%. This is unsurprising to me as majority of the people living in Onslow County are white women and white men. Followed by white women and white men, a big chunk of the student body is either Hispanic, Black, or African American. Continuing on to the person-environment congruence, I want to take note that during the fall 2014, the full-time student retention was about 59% and the part-time student retention was 37%. Retention is defined as the students that stay there from one academic year to the following academic year. I can see here that the average retention rate for Coastal Carolina Community College is approximately 48%. This isn't surprising to me as Coastal Carolina prides itself on creating transfer opportunities as stated in the university's mission. It is considered a transfer school. As you can see over on the right, that there is a trend of the number of transfer students increasing each year, with 2015 having the most of 241 transfer students. Additionally, approximately 50% of the transfer students end up at UNCW and approximately 20% of them end up at ECU. This also is not surprising since Coastal Carolina Community College is about an hour and a half from UNCW and a short drive to ECU over in Greenville, North Carolina. To continue, when looking at the student subcultures, it's important to focus on the campus organizations. Coastal Carolina Community College has approximately 19 student clubs and organizations. All of them are academic-based or focus on marginalized populations. This tends to let me believe that most students are interested in those career opportunities, continuing education, and creating those educational opportunities for the future that's also outlined in the campus's mission. Additionally, the most popular programs are the associate's degrees in both arts and science. The second most popular programs are occupational based like nursing and paramedics. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the physical environment at Coastal Carolina Community College.
Coastal Carolina Community College, known for educational quality and student success, has served the needs of Onslow County for the past 50 years. The Administration Building, named after the college's founding president, Dr. James Leroy Henderson, Jr., provides space for the president's and senior administrative offices, personnel services, accounting, and offices to support the UNC Wilmington Extension Program. Since 2007, the The college is focused on enhancing the overall campus appearance to create a physical environment conducive to student engagement and learning. Facility improvements include covered walkways, outside gathering spaces with enhanced landscaping, vehicular and pedestrian signage, cafeteria renovation, and wireless internet access throughout the campus.
Some of the important things here that the gentleman talked about in his presentation is dealing with placemaking, artifacts and symbols, and wayfinding. He mentions the pristine campus and how there are buildings that are placed together and with a purpose so that they can promote social interaction and encourage an exchange of ideas. He also talked about the landscaping, the cleanliness, and how the campus is consistently listening to the student body to make improvements. In terms of wayfinding, Coastal Carolina Community College provides a campus map to every student that tours the university. It also comes complete with a legend. You can see here something kind of interesting. It talks about the construction zones and where training vehicles are. In the upper portions of this map to the right here, you can see that there's some new construction underway. This makes sense, especially since the man in the video was explaining how Coastal Carolina Community College is constantly improving its environment for its students. One of the best artifacts and symbols about Coastal Carolina Community College is that all of the buildings are properly equipped with correct ADA requirements. This shows that the university is inclusive and likes to have accessibility for all students. In fact, Coastal Carolina Community College created an entire webpage dedicated to disability services. It is important to note in the second paragraph that the main campus of Coastal Carolina Community College has been designed with the elimination of physical obstacles so that buildings, washrooms, laboratories, and classrooms are readily accessible to and usable by those with physical disabilities. Thirdly, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the socially constructed environment. Coastal Carolina Community College received a 3.6 average rating on College Prowler. One of the things that I wanted to highlight is the academic flexibility. Majority of the scores were rated 5 out of 5. This is wonderful, especially because the institution focuses on being a transfer college where students can go there to obtain the opportunities to attend a four-year institution. In terms of social climate and the program assessment, I wanted to touch on performance-based funding. Performance-based funding is an outcome of program assessments and key performance indicators. I'm going to go ahead and show you a brief video that kind of outlines the importance of performance-based funding.
We rank our colleges every year for funding to make sure that they're performing up to standards. So we're using the metrics that we now produce with SAS Visual Analytics posted on the web so the colleges can actually see how they're doing with their performance measures and rank themselves against other colleges.
It's important to note that these metrics are used to assess the programs at each community college, and based on those outcomes, the community college will be awarded a certain amount of funding from the state. The core values of Coastal Carolina Community College are educational quality, student success, teamwork and partnerships, economic and workforce development. These values are reflected in the organizational structure of the Coastal Carolina Community College that I am going to talk about now. As I mentioned, I'm going to now talk about the organizational environment at Coastal Carolina Community College. And now I'm going to discuss the organizational environment, as I previously mentioned. The organizational environment at Coastal Carolina Community College consists of a board of trustees followed by a hierarchy of superiors. For the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to focus on the president. The president of Coastal Carolina Community College is President Dr. Ronald K. Lingle. I want to point out that in his address to the university, he mentions that Coastal Carolina Community College has met or exceeded all of the performance measures. Thus, Coastal Carolina receives a great deal of funding to live out its vision and its mission. It's able to provide opportunities for continuing education, transferring students, as well as graduation completion. In terms of formalization, Coastal Carolina has a course catalog that highlights the 30 associate programs, 59 certificate programs, and 18 diploma programs. As I mentioned earlier on, the most popular programs are Associates in Art, followed by Associates in Science. And lastly, I want to mention that the retention rate again for Coastal Carolina Community College is approximately 59% for full-time students, 37% for part-time students. and that the students that transfer from Coastal Carolina tend to obtain an average GPA of about a 3.0. And I wanted to just mention really quickly here before I wrap things up is that the students that transferred from Coastal Carolina Community College obtained better GPAs during their first year at UNCW than the students that did not transfer. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening.